Hello, lesbian Bieber checking in.
We are all willing to call you whatever gender and identity you want.
Are you trans? Are you experiencing oppression? Don't smile at me, bitch. What you want?
Yeah, so they did grab me and pull me in and try to punch me. They're the person right over there with the black lipstick.
That's assault right there.
Officer, I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything that happened.
There's no reason to be
I didn't see anything.
First of all, the other people there over there shouting and stuff.
Yeah, nothing happened. Officer. I didn't see anything. Nothing happened. I didn't see anything.
We are here today to call out, as you're all aware, Jordan B. Peterson for his refusal to respect the pronouns of his transgender students. Jordan B. Peterson has made it clear that he feels that he has the authority to dictate the gender identities of his students, which we are here to say that he does not.
Did you want to do an interview about this? I'm trying to get all opinions, you know?
I think we're supposed to prioritize trans and non-binary voices, so I'm just more interested in what
So
you have to
are
say.
you binary then?
I am not.
Well, let me prioritize your voice.
I don't think that's fair as a white cis woman. But
I'm actually not cis, but
that's me.
what does that mean?
I'm saying that's not fair for me as a white cis woman. So you're trans then, or you're non-binary?
Didn't you just say you're non-binary?
You asked me if I was, and I said no, I'm cis.
Okay,
You
you're
said
cis.
You're not
Okay.
cis. And
So
I
you
said,
think
"So
it's
you're trans
unfair to
then."
talk because you're cisgender?
No, I'm supportive of the trans community, and I think that it's important that we listen to trans and non-binary voices first. Hi.
You think everyone's opinion matters equally?
Not in this one.
Like if you're willing to be educated, I'm willing to teach. But if you're not willing to listen to
I'm
what
not.
I have to say,
You aren't necessarily an educator, though. That's the problem. Everyone. I know.
I'm just
Exactly.
saying
So
that
we're gonna.
maybe as us as trans people, we have a little bit more.
We have more
understanding than
we have more
someone who
knowledge
isn't
on this subject than other people do. We have the
You don't have
firsthand
to go on the
experience.
sun to talk about the sun. You can look into it. You can read the statistics.
But someone who has been closer to the sun would have a better experience.
as that works,
on
I think
what
they'd
the
be
sun
dead,
is.
to be honest.
Yeah, they would. But that's what. But like, if they wouldn't, they would have more to say.
I can tell you how hot the sun is without going to the sun. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, but anyone can tell you how hot the sun is. Anyone
Yes.
can tell you trans people are trans. Isn't trying to have a discussion.
Have you gone to go have a discussion with Peterson?
What he said was that he would not acknowledge our pronouns. That is not the same as saying he wants to have a discussion.
And he said because and gave a reason. Now, if you went and asked him for more to have a debate on that, if I say I don't believe the sky is
Going
green,
to talk to him, I wouldn't be safe in that.
you think he'd hurt you?
A transmasculine person in a dress talking to transphobes is never safe, whether it's physical or verbal.
Okay, so you're not willing to have a discussion because it wouldn't be a safe space.
I am not willing to have a discussion about whether or not I am real and valid.
Would you like to give your opinion? I mean, we just had someone scream at us that I'm interviewing too many white people, too many white men.
White people, way too many cis men.
Why is that a problem?
I think you're going up to the straightest, cisest, whitest people you can find and trying to.
A lot of them actually believe in the manosphere, by the way. The manosphere, you know the manosphere.
You made that up?
realize people have different opinions in there and are different groups and different ideas.
Okay. Actually, I did.
Yeah!
Face to face with a few of them.
Such as?
Well, Emily Yukis.
She's not there.
Okay. What was his name?
You haven't talked to a single one of them. You don't know what you're talking about. You're slandering people like all the people that were out here protesting. You don't know what you're
Listen,
talking about.
actually, I think that if you're going to do this interview that way, and I think that's ridiculous. You
If
interview.
you're gonna slander people, I'm gonna call you out, and this is me calling you out. So you
I
have
am
a good
slandering
night.
them for their policies of racism. I have read Mike Cernovich's awfulness, and just because you're laughing and wearing a beautiful gown doesn't mean that you are correct. Actually,
Right,
I'm
me
sorry.
having the facts means I'm correct.
I thought there
What
were a
facts
lot
have
of...
you given me? You've asked me a lot of questions, and then when I haven't given something, you say that I'm wrong. But what facts have you actually offered? I just want to know that.
I offered counters to every single time you claimed there was a white supremacist in there.
You offered bullying tactics.
No, I'm asking for you
substantiate your bullying and slander of this group, and you haven't given me one piece of substantial evidence. Not one.
How about Milo Yiannopoulos?
He's not there.
He was actually a featured guest.
He's not
Is
there.
he not there?
I was just in there. He's not there.
Is
You don't know a
He was
thing.
a featured
You
guest.
don't know a thing. No,
he
he's
was
not.
a featured guest.
I was just in there. He's not in there.
That doesn't mean he wasn't a featured guest. Could you actually accurately
I'm a
state?
featured guest at the Deplorable.
I know that you are. You're actually the only woman who's actually featured. Because guess what? It's a bunch of dudes. And I do not appreciate that.
Did you just call me a woman? I'm legally a man.
Are you?
Yes.
Do your viewers realize that?
Yes. I did a whole video on it.
You're legally a man?
I am legally a man.
Do you identify as a cis woman or a cis
I'm a
male
man.
or transgender?
I'm a man.
You're a man?
Yes.
Can I interject?
I'm surprised by that.
I just
My
wanna
apologies. I
interject.
never would have known that.
Cheers. All right, well, make
Can I
sure to check
interject?
people's
So you-
pronouns. To say, pals before gals. Let's get fucked up. May I have my license, m'lady? Thanks for the tips, Ezra. I'm sure they'll be super helpful. Let's go see if this works.
What can I do for you today? You might not get this question often, and I don't mean to waste your time at all, but I've been a gender non-binary person for about a year now.
Sorry,
Gender non-binary.
Binary.
So I use male pronouns, and among my friend groups, as Oliver can tell you, I've been identified as a male for a while. I don't always present as male, but gender is a spectrum. So, and unfortunately, right now, before Trudeau's law goes through, in order to get your identity card for when you go into bars and everything, you have to have a doctor's note to have your proper gender on there.
Well, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. I mean, it's not like I can prove anything, right?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, thank you.
So this is to, did you say identify?
To use, male identification.
This is to, when did you start using the male?
About a year ago.
So any particular reason that the sudden change in the past year?
I feel that my gender is a more masculine gender. I don't always present as masculine, but inside, gender is a spectrum. It's different how you present, it's different how you feel, and I've always felt more masculine. I'm attracted to girls. I've always been more masculine.
So it's always
as an
been,
individual.
it's not like it's a sudden thing from last year.
It's
You did
been
it last year.
it's been a long time, my whole life.
Okay. Do you want me to say that you should be identified as a male?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay. The letters of
Thank
the,
you so much.
Okay, so I am in absolute shock right now. I am now medically diagnosed as a male. This is astonishing to me. I mean, it's quite clear that my hair is just up in a hat, but I guess that's all it takes to get your diagnosis. So I already have better eyesight. You know, I think I'm getting paid more. You know, I'm stronger. I feel more privileged. This is great. Being a man is great. But I need one last thing to be a real man. I need to legally be a man. So we're going to go and see if I can get my government ID changed to male. Hi. I'd like to get my Ontario ID card.
Sure. What documents do you have?
I brought passport.
You never had a Ontario?
No, I just moved here a month ago. I've got my old BC license.
Then your middle name is
Cherie. Cherie.
$35 for this one?
Sure. One more thing. For purposes of this identification, I would like to be identified as male. I brought in all of the proper documents.
Huh. Glad you told me. One moment, sir.
Yep.
Is there some course for the seven? Are you minister?
Thank you, John.
Yeah, I have a question for you. I have a phone thinking that for applying for the first time after the Ontario qualified.
Oh, wow.
Applying the class can put a instead of female. identify as male. So I have a letter from the doctor with information for that, and I accepted it. Sure. Okay, here. Just want to show it to you. So this is your photo card number.
Thank you. Excellent. Thank you so much.
Immediately after the slut walk, these ladies published a petition about me that was just riddled with lies to get me kicked out of my political party, all because I was a woman with the wrong opinions. If you need any notion of how ridiculous these people were being and how ridiculous this petition is, here are a few of my favorite quotes from the letter that went along with the petition. So, I, along with others, was quite traumatized by a woman that was there named Lauren Southern. I asked her how there could be no rape culture when I had been raped 4 times. And this was a common thing that went on. They were like, I've been raped 20 times. I've been raped 7 times. And I was like, just so I know, this is the girl who was writing this. I'm not saying anything. The event was about consent, and she was being mentally and physically harassing dozens of women. The English that was used was great in this as well. Lauren told one of my friends to check for many privileges. This was not only hurtful, but ironic, as she is a trans person who is filled with half Aboriginal blood. And shit that never happened, by the way. They're just making this up now. Okay, this is the best one here. I vomited all last night. I was so triggered. Many other women were experiencing fallout symptoms as well. These people were acting like it was fucking Chernobyl. Wait, oh, this one was pretty good too. I felt a protector mama queen roaring and raging inside me while these women were being re-victimized by Lauren Southern. I'm not sure where the strength came from. I was shaking and weak after, and needed to be held up for a moment as I led the wolf pack away from the predator. Now, that was a bit of a Freudian slip there, I think, because last time I checked, wolf packs were the predator, but whatever. She got lost in her own imagination while writing this. Now, this was before I was fully acquainted with the powers of the PC police. I thought that sane people would look at this letter and laugh like I did. I thought they would know that these girls were out of their fucking minds. And I thought this petition would just confirm it for them when they saw it. But to my complete shock, instead, tons of people were totally buying this fabricated story. Nobody cared about evidence either. I had people that I knew from high school, that I had family friends that were deleting me off Facebook, that just sent me vitriolic messages. I was horrified to see what was going on. And I sent them video evidence. I actually had to publish a video immediately after that reached almost 1 million views, showing that this petition was a lie about me, showing all the footage that I was not going up to rape survivors and telling them they deserved to be raped, as this petition said I was. I showed the whole clip. I was standing there silently, and yet people did not care about it. They deleted me off Facebook and still haven't talked to me to this day. Eventually, the Libertarian Party that I was running for removed me as a candidate as well for Canada's Parliament because of my wrong thing. It was a rude awakening for me, and I didn't understand the full extent of social justice regression until I was forced to confront it head to head. It appears people have a hard time recognizing authoritarianism unless it looks familiar. Social justice warriors don't wear jackboots, pointed hats, or gray uniforms. Instead, they wear piercings, ironic t-shirts, and colored hair. But that doesn't diminish the massive threat they represent to free speech.